Hey everyone, this is Sister Crystal here with Classic Hip Hop Storage Box, and today I want to commemorate what would have been the 80th birthday of the late great Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye was born on April 2nd, 1939 in Washington, D.C. And Marvin Gaye, he's best known as being a great singer and songwriter. Some of his biggest hits include, but are not limited to, Ain't That Peculiar back in the 1960s. And in the 1970s, What's Going On is one of a mainstay and a favorite among many. And also from his album Midnight Love that was released in 1982, which is considered one of his biggest commercial successes of his entire career. The ironic thing about that is Marvin Gaye was signed to Motown Records. That's the label of Berry Gordy. He was signed to Motown Records the majority of his career. And once he left Motown Records in the early 1980s, the first album that he made, I believe it was under Columbia Records, was called Midnight Love, which had the hit single Sexual Healing on that album. And it's interesting because once he left Motown, he ended up having one of his biggest commercial successes as far as an album that he's ever had. Marvin Gaye, I was trying to find some stuff real quick because I had actually forgotten that today, April 2nd, is Marvin Gaye's birthday. But some of the fun facts or interesting facts about Marvin Gaye is Marvin Gaye, his last name is spelled Gaye. Now, he actually he changed the spelling of his name when he was younger because his last name was actually just is Gay. But while growing up in school, Marvin Gaye, you know how children can be cruel. So the children was calling him Marvin is gay. That's what they would say. And I guess back in the day, gay was always some kind of slur, homophobic slur and all that. So when Marvin Gaye was old enough, he added an E to Gaye and made it Gaye. So Marvin Gaye. So he changed it later on for that. But also, I just found out that today the Postal Service has released a commemorative stamp in honor of Marvin Gaye today, April 2nd. 2019, so that's great. Now, a sad note. Now, Marvin Gaye, he died on April 1st, 1984, one day before what would have been his 45th birthday. In Los Angeles, California. He was living back at home with his parents. And from what I can remember, I do remember when we got the news that Marvin Gaye had been shot and killed by his father. And from what I remember, there was an argument between his father and him. And growing up, Marvin Gaye didn't have the closest the best relationship with his father. And so they had some kind of argument. I believe it was something about the parents were fighting and Marvin Gaye stepped in the middle of it or something like that. Marvin Gaye went back and tried to go to sleep or whatever. And the father went and shot him with the gun or something like that, allegedly. Only thing, I don't know the intro, the real details. My only thing I remember is that his father shot and killed his son. And it's really sad. I believe his father did do some time for that. But the whole thing was sad. But again, happy birthday in remembrance and loving remembrance of Marvin Gaye. I am thankful that they made the commemorative stamp. I'm going to search at the post office for it. I will definitely grab some for myself and some to use and just some to keep and all that. So I would just say one of my favorite songs, it changes all the time, but one of my favorite songs from Marvin Gaye is Rockin' After Midnight. I particularly like that song because it showed his, that he was able to flow with the times. You know, the times had been changing at that point in time. So that was one of the more quote unquote hip songs. I also like the song he has called, I think it's called Third World Girl. I like that one too. Just showing his different versatility and all that. So leave in the comments section what are your favorite Marvin Gaye songs or Marvin Gaye memories and all of that. And again, we love you, Marvin Gaye. You've definitely left a hole in our hearts when you were taken away from us so soon. You were really, I want to say, you was having a comeback of sorts. You know, you did the wonderful, memorable rendition that as only you can do of the Star Spangled Banner. I think that was 1983 or something like that. His rendition is as only Marvin Gaye can do it. But again, happy birthday, or happy birthday, 80th birthday, in loving memory of you. This is Sistah Crystal here with Classic Hip Hop Storage Box. Like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, take care.